Stolo people, stories from my neighbors. I would like to acknowledge that I live on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territory of the Stolo Nation. The word Stolo means people of the river. Their traditional language is Hakamelam. They were the first inhabitants of Mission. They are the ancestral residents of the Mission Hatem Rock and Pit House, one of Canada's oldest archaeological findings. They are part of a larger nation group known as the Coast Salish peoples of the Pacific Northwest. Historically, they've been organized into a strict hierarchy. Chiefs in the upper class, they were the hunters and had positions of respect and importance. The general population, slaves, who were treated well and had the tasks of gathering and preparing food. According to the Mission Museum's website, this is the story that shares the origin of the Stolo Nation. One greatly important piece of the oral history is that the Transformers, which have a few variations, when the world were very young, lived with no guidance. The creator either became the Transformer or appointed Transformers as guardians. And as guardians of the Stola people to show them how to live. 3 males and 1 female bear traveled to Earth to make things right. People who were productive and good to their communities were transformed into useful commodities such as salmon, beaver, or cedar so that the people would never be lacking. Those who were selfish and did not preserve their culture or contribute to the community were turned into stone. When the Transformers arrived at Hasek, they found 3 good chiefs and gave them the gift of written language. The chiefs promised to teach the people the language and to share the gift. However, when the great creator returned in the guise of a man, the chiefs had kept the language to themselves. When the Transformers began to turn the chiefs into stone, the men panicked. One chief began to teach the people as fast as he could, another began to cry, and the last began to sing. The Hatem Rock still stands and is said to hold the chief's song for eternity. Uh, if you could take a moment and watch this video. The elders in the village teach lessons on how to take care of plants, animals, the harvest, the land, and the people. I believe that this story represents the children at the residential schools who lost their opportunity to hear stories shared by elders in their communities. Some of the children were unable to leave the school and therefore they lost their language and community. Wisdom. The eagle represents and teaches about love and reminds them to be kind to everyone. They also view the eagle as a helper. Drums. They believe that their drums represent the beat of the heart and the beat of their ancestors. They believe the drums are important because elders view it as medicine. When the Stola people sing songs, they sing the songs of prayers, blessings, and thanks over their communities. They believe that everything is connected in their communities with the energy of the sun. They share this through their stories and teachings. They treat the red cedar tree with special respect. They use the cedar for their barks and drums. I have lived in Mission for 12 years, and I love the land and the people who live here. It is an amazing place, and I call it home. I've learned how the first people believe in taking care of the earth and all the plants and animals in it. Similarly, Christianity has some of the same values of taking care of the earth and everything in it. God instructs his children to care for the earth that he created and to care for all the people. I learned that knowledge is very important in First Nations, as well as telling stories. In the same way, we use the Bible to learn about God's teachings and how we can share that with others.